So, I want to talk a little bit about this game that just came out a couple days ago I guess it came out a couple days ago or yesterday. Crossfire X. Now, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I want to see both sides of the spectrum when it comes to this game. So, there is a multiplayer and there is a single player. I heard that this game has been in development for consoles for some while, and I've heard a couple speculations that it's started out on PC. It was on PC, now it's porting to console. Now, there's been a lot of hype behind this title for the past few months, and I didn't look too much into it, but I heard it was supposed to be something good. I heard there's going to be a lot of good things coming out of it, so I'm like, okay, I'll grab it when it comes out. And of course, bigger news, it's on Game Pass. But there's one flaw with that. Only the multiplayer is free on Game Pass. So, even though there is a single player mode to it, there's a catch. You gotta buy the single player. And yes, it's fairly cheap. It's fairly cheap. It's a very cheap, I think it's called Spectre. Right now, if you have Game Pass, you can get it at a discount rate for $8.99. Or you can buy, Crossfire X Premium Battle Pass Season 1. And then you got the Catalyst, Operation Catalyst. I'm not sure if Catalyst is... Yes, okay. Experience the first part of Crossfire single-player campaign. So the campaign, from what I understand, is developed by Remedy Entertainment. Remedy is known for games like Alan Wake, Quantum. I think it was Quantum something. It came out a while ago, and I think they were also responsible for Max Payne back in the day. So Remedy does make some pretty good games. They got some really good titles under their belt. So Operation Catalyst is on sale for $9 if you are a Game Pass holder. If not, you'll be paying $10 for it. Now, I see something else here for, what is this? Spectre. Witness the aftermath of the Operation Catalyst firsthand, the second part of the campaign, single part campaign. So, here's my issue with the game right now. You have a multiplayer that is free to play and free to download right now with Game Pass. And in order to enjoy the story, not only do you have, I guess it's fair to say that, the story being $20 for the game, they want you to put out $20. But here's what I don't get. You split the campaign into two parts, two sections. So, what if somebody like me was very interested in this game, and the single player was so hyped, and I want to try it out, I want to be part of that experience? Wouldn't I want to buy the whole campaign? Why would I want to buy the campaign in two separate sections for two prices? That makes no sense. So, from my standpoint, looking at the seller, the distributor who's selling the game, who's distributing it, what were they thinking? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something along those lines where people understand why they did what they did. Maybe they worked on the first part of the campaign to see how well it did, and then work on the second part and just release everything day one. That's what I don't understand, but maybe there's some kind of logic to it. I don't know. But here's where I'm getting at. Okay, I played the multiplayer last night, and I just want to go full on angry video game nerd on this thing, because that's exactly how I felt playing the multiplayer last night. And I posted on a forum on Facebook through Xbox, and there's a lot of people who are posting the same thing. Should I get Crossfire? Is Crossfire good? Is it worth getting? In my opinion, I'd say the multiplayer is not worth your time, because there's a lot of speculation from gamers in that community that state that the single player is a lot better than the multiplayer. And of course, like I said, being developed and worked on by Remedy, Remedy, like I said, they have a lot of good titles under their belt. They do a really good job with their games. So I'm pretty sure, maybe the single player is good. Maybe the single player is well worth it. But is the multiplayer worth it though? From what I've played, it's hot garbage. I'm just going to get down to saying it. I'm not going to, postpone it. I'm not going to hesitate any longer. It's hot fucking garbage. Now, from what I probably played against bots. I don't know. I just chose a classic TDM match. But from what I played, it's hot garbage. Okay? It's like a poor man's version of Counter-Strike Go. And there's a lot of people on this forum that are saying, please, stop comparing this game to Counter-Strike. I hate it. Like, you can't help it. The gameplay, the controls, everything. It feels like a poor man's version of Counter-Strike. I'm sorry. Like, I'm swapping between gun and knife. Swap between... Isn't that what they do in Counter-Strike? Isn't that one of the things that they do in Counter-Strike when you swap to your melee weapon? That's one element of the game right there that makes it feel like Counter-Strike. 2, I'm trying the ADS. Usually in today's modern first-person shooters, you're able to aim down sights. Even Halo, they implemented that, to a certain standpoint, because for so long, with the Halo games, you could only ADS with like maybe a pistol or a sniper rifle, nothing else. But that's something that they, finally implemented with a lot of weapons for that franchise. But in today's standards, with a modern FPS game, there's an option to ADS, even if it's over the shoulder. But there was no ADS on there, even though there's options in the game menu for ADS, for adjusting the stability of your controls for ADS, but there's no option for ADS. So that's number 2 for me, striking that game right there. Number 3, just the overall gameplay. Like, even if I was playing against bots, I'm glad that there is some kind of challenge there with shooting bots, but it's a little challenge, but it's not much of a challenge. Especially when I'm firing my gun from the hip and my gun just constantly recoils. So it's like I can't even really control it. I have to spurt my gun. Even certain weapons don't even work very well in certain situations. So I'm like, yeah, the gunplay, the gameplay with it, overall, it was a terrible experience. Like I was able to get in. I think I played maybe about, 6 or 7 games last night of it, and I already got like 100 kills on there, which I'll get to that in a second. But overall, the gameplay, I was just like, what the fuck is this shit? This is fucking garbage. Like, I'm just sitting here ranting at a game, and I'm not even doing a live stream or a video or anything. I'm just sitting here playing this game. So that's number 3 for me, is the gameplay. Now, number 4 may be a tedious setback for some people, because when you buy a game like this, okay, you expect to get your money's worth out of it. You expect to pay for what you're getting, or get what you pay for. And I'm looking at the achievement list, right? There is an achievement list for the multiplayer. I'm not sure about the single player. If I do decide to get the single player, there may, the achievement list / trophy list may extend, but the achievement list is so short. I think there was only 12 achievements for the game, and they're easily obtainable. All you got to do is play 100 games. That's it. You just got to play 100 games, because throughout the games, you're going to get kills, you're going to get precision shots, you're going to get headshots, and those are all achievements. And then even some of the achievements, like, let's say, play 100 rounds, and then it has in parentheses, each round win counts as 2 games played. that is pretty lazy in my opinion. So if you're an achievement hunter and you're I mean, it is an easy 1,000 gamer score to those who are achievement hunters on Xbox. I'm not sure if this is on PlayStation as well, even if it is. So it's like if you're a trophy hunter, it's easily attainable for 1,000, or even on PlayStation, an easy platinum trophy. Now, when it comes to games like that, and I know that's pretty much like the norm today, you know, when people play a game, they want to feel accomplished for doing something. They want to feel that accomplishment. But with this game here, I mean, yeah, you're playing it, and if you're playing it just for the achievement score, you're going to be disappointed with it. Because once you get all the achievements, it's like, okay, what do I do now? Do I continue playing this shitty game? You know, I mean, the story may be one playthrough. That's usually when it comes to games like this. It's usually only one playthrough and that's it. It's very rare to have a game that you'll play through 2 or 3 times, depending on how good it is. And in my case, it's usually the Resident Evil series. I could play those all day long, you know, no matter how many times I beat. But something like this, it doesn't seem like there's something well worth working toward and feeling accomplished when playing these games as a gamer. So that's number 4. That's number 4 for me. It just feels like there's a lack of motivation to continue playing this game. That's all it is. It's a lack of motivation. So you're playing and you earn a 1,000 gamer score just for playing 100 games, and then after that, it's what is it? Finally, number 5, my 5th biggest complaint about this game is the content. The content in the game. A lot of it is locked behind a paywall. So if you want to play the campaign, of course, you have to pay $20 for the campaign, 2 separate sections. And then, of course, there's a lot of cosmetics that are locked behind the paywall, like always. There's a lot of other stuff that I didn't really get too much into. So there's a paywall behind everything. But not only that, when I played a match of TDM, several matches of TDM, it's the same map. So there's not a lot of content for the game. It's like each game mode may have their own map, but shouldn't a first-person shooter have multiple content to offer for whatever game mode you're playing? Especially, like, you know, when it comes to multiplayer. You know, when you see Call of Duty, when you see Halo Infinite, when you see Battlefield, and even Battlefield, the new Battlefield, don't even get me started on that fucking game. Don't even get me fucking started on that game. God, $35 wasted, and they're talking about making it free to play? Fuck that. So, games like those, they have content to spread out that'll keep players coming back to it. It's not the same thing over and over again. It's something random. Even Battle Royale games like PUBG, they have like 5 or 6 maps on there. Now, granted, a game like Fortnite, yeah, as fun as it can be, it's kind of boring to me because you're playing on the same fucking map. You know where everything's at. It's the same fucking thing. Like, give us some variety to it. Give us some variety to the games. You know, Battle Royales I can understand, but a shooter like Crossfire X, the multiplayer, a shooter like that should have some variety to it. You shouldn't be just playing one game mode on one map. And it's a small fucking map. I'm talking, well, it's not as small as, what is it? Was it Shipment on Call of Duty? That small boxed in map? At least that has, you know, it has something to it. You know, that map is interesting. The map on TDM for Crossfire X is not interesting. You're on a ship. You're on a certain section of a ship. You got 2 ends, you know, for whatever enemy, for whatever side of the team, you know, whatever side you're playing on, you know? It's a small map. It's very small. It's a close quarters map. You can easily win a game. It's easy to play. So that's number 5 for me. Lack of content, especially when it's locked behind a wall. Now they've had so much time to put into this game to make it good. The story may be good, okay? You don't have to correct me on that. I could agree. Maybe the story is good. Maybe the campaign is worth buying. But as for the multiplayer, it is hot fucking garbage. Do I recommend it? Fuck no. Save your space on your Xbox. Save your space, please. But one good thing about it, it's free. I'm Mike C for Arrow Entertainment signing off. And don't forget, it's hot fucking garbage.